My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
All right, today is July 25th, 2026. It is 7:11 a.m. Later on, we have to go somewhere, so I'm gonna try to record as much as I can. This is video number 2. Video number 1, I was talking about FIFA, and then I went on a rant about Haiti and whatnot. So now we're focusing on the squad who are talking about the Sussexes picture that Meghan put out on IG, I believe. Alright, so this is the first tweet. Meghan having an IG account was the Meghan having an IG account was the deal breaker for them. You know what that remind me? When Meghan was in the Oprah interview talking about privacy. There's the video.
That you shouldn't you have an expectation that you're going to have to lose privacy?
Well, it's two things here.
That's part of the deal.
Two things here. I think everyone has a basic right to privacy. Basic, right? And we're not talking about anything that anybody else wouldn't expect. So if you're at work and you have a photograph of your child on your desk and your coworker says, "Oh my gosh, your kid's so cute. That's fantastic. Can I see your phone so I can see all the pictures of your child?" You go, "No, this is the picture I'm comfortable sharing with you." And then if they double down and say, "No, but you already showed me that one, so you have to show me everything." You know what? I'm just going to hire someone to sit in front of your house or hide in the bushes and take pictures into your backyard because you've lost your right to privacy because you shared one image with me. That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy. I think that's just a basic understanding.
Okay, this is how she's controlling her narrative in terms of privacy. She told us how she wants to share pictures with the world, especially her fan. And she understands her fans. She appreciates her fans. And she's been doing this way before Harry. And then with the alignment with Harry, they decided to share whatever it is that they share. And I've said this before. If the royal rats were not into their business when they were in the UK, I'm sure the same way Meghan is showing pictures now of her kids, I'm sure she would have shared so much more if she was in the UK, if the royal rats were not in her business. Alright, so let's read this. But they got into her business and she had to take control of that. Alright, let's see here. Why certain outlets are so angry. The photographs undermine weeks of speculation on whether Meghan and children will travel to Britain. King Charles' household set on Ravik as the committee deny Harry automatic police protection while also denying Harry room at Buckingham Palace. I may have covered some of these issues on previous recording. Just check around the dates when Harry was in the UK. Either it definitely is not going to be on the same day, maybe a day or two later, because I'm usually behind. Okay, I'm sorry about that. From the outside, the king's suddenly eagerness for a reunion after reports that the Sussexes will stay with Diana's family made the timing look politically convenient and deeply self-serving. After a week of snubs and petty games unbecoming of a head of state, the palace may also have recognized how damaging the optics will be if Diana's family welcome the Sussexes while the king remained distant. I spoke about this part here. I remember talking about it in a video. It's almost the same way regarding the tiara. When Meghan was getting married, with Harry, obviously, Princess Diana's family had offered Meghan to wear Diana's tiara. And then when they were designing the veil of Meghan's wedding veil, it was designed around Princess Diana's tiara. And then I brought up William's godmother, and what do they call, lady in waiting, and she was supposed to be there to help Meghan get dressed and whatnot. And for me, the way that I see it, allegedly from the outside, never been in, the way that I took this information, as if they put her as a spy to know every move that Harry and Meghan were doing. The moment she was aware that Meghan was gonna wear Princess Diana's tiara, the palace act. And then that's when the queen, I really think it's the palace who brought this suggestion to the queen, for the queen to offer Meghan to wear one of her the tiaras that the palace own. And then out of respect, Meghan decided to wear what she wore, which was one of the queen's tiaras, out of respect. Because knowing what we know now with the BS that was going on in the background, if she did not wear it, it would be, I don't know how much more could she take, because these people, they never let her breathe. They will do some other things. So I think it's out of respect, and to just shut that down, Meghan decided to go with the queen's tiara. Otherwise, she would have stayed with Princess Diana's tiara, which is what Harry wanted. I mean, Harry is fearless. I could understand Harry to deal with his family, but with Meghan, to keep the peace, she just went with that. But at the end of the day, the way that I sums up everything, even though she didn't wear the physical tiara of Princess Diana, but in spirit, the veil itself, okay, is designed around Princess Diana. So Princess Diana was already there. When you think, now that I'm thinking about it, the veil is on top of her head, is the pinnacle of things. Okay? Pinnacle of things. When something is in the head, it's pinnacle of things. So it's already there mentally and spiritually within Meghan. So it doesn't matter if she had wore it or not, but to keep the peace, she went with the palace thing. Back to this. So I remember talking about it on one of the videos last week or so. All right. Hence, the media pivot from humiliation, and Harry is alone to poor grandfather want to see grandchildren. The real sting, Meghan denied the vultures the exclusive shots they craved. They bypass paparazzi, avoid palace briefing, and ignore anonymous sources. She took the photos herself and shared them when she was ready. Okay, they're probably home by now. So they made sure once they're home, that's when they share the pictures that we are seeing now. Which is what I did when I was on vacation. You don't post it the same day that you're there, all right? Because you don't know crazy people and things like that, all right? Diana's grandchildren belong at Althorp. There is something especially moving about the possibility that Diana's grandchildren spend time with the Spencer family at Althorp, the place most closely connected to their grandmother's childhood, family history, and final resting place. Archie and Lili are not only members of the Sussex family, they are also part of the Spencer line, surrounded by relatives who knew and loved Diana long before the world turned her into an icon. A visit around Diana's birthplace and during Althorp's summer opening will carry enormous emotional weight. It is easy to imagine the family seeing the flowers, cards, and tributes left by visitors while sharing private memories of Diana with the grandchildren she never had the chance to meet. And also, the palace is shooting themselves in the foot. if they had provided the security and all of that, and I truly believe Harry really wanted the kids to see where he grew up, okay? Because all they know it's what's in the US. And later on, the kids will put one and one together, and they will see the headlines and whatnot, and they will understand why the parents had to do what they had to do to keep them safe. But what the palace is doing, Charles, and the security and all of that, is depriving the media in the UK some pictures. So it's all good. With God is the most powerful protection. And with Harry, I mean, to be able to protect yourself, not only you have to do your own work, okay? Keep that in mind. You don't leave everything to God. Yes, you have to be spiritually invested, but you have to do the footwork, the physical thing. Haitians, listen to this. You have to do your own work while you're still spiritually connected with God. Because if you don't help yourself, how is God going to help you? Okay, so this is what the Sussexes are doing. They are invested in their own safety. They're physically doing the work, and then at the same time, the spiritual is making sure what they wanted to work for them. God is the ultimate protector, and God is doing that, and the Sussexes are doing the footwork to make sure it happens, and God will guide them. If you look at in past videos where I put the maze on the thumbnails, I probably will put that in the thumbnails for this video as well. Okay, the maze, when I spoke about when Harry went to the UK by himself without Meghan or the kids or something like that, and he went to an event, they escorted him, police escorted him, but they didn't wait for him. They were setting him up, and he had to run. There was a chase over there as well. I don't remember where I read it. It's someplace. I think Harry was talking about it. And I was like, thank God. I'm happy he was by himself, because he only had himself to take care of. And now to make him fully take that extra precaution, because if he was with either Meghan or a Meghan with the kids and all that, he didn't have only himself to think about. He had to think of the kids as well. So him experience it by himself, it was a good thing, to the point where he knows not to take any chances. That's the way that I see it. God works in a mysterious way. So when they were chasing him, God was guiding him with the maze, where to go and where not to go. Because I remember around this time, even when Prince Philip, I was really afraid for him, not knowing any of these were happening. Because after I did my videos in 2020, it has been done before. It was clear to me what was happening, even though we didn't know all of those nonsense that was going on. I was really afraid for him. Even for so many other things, he kept on going. I just go back to some of my videos, the things I'd be saying, how I'm afraid of him going. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, let's start with pick it up here. It is easy to imagine the family seeing the flowers, cards, and tributes left by visitors while sharing private memories of Diana with the grandchildren she never had the chance to meet. For Sarah May Cordell, Jane Fellows, and Charles Spencer, seeing Archie and Lilibet at the family seat must have been deeply affecting. They don't care. These people, they work in narrative, all right, to filter things, to make people see things the way that they want you to see. They don't do things naturally. But while Harry, the Sussexes, go and enjoy time with Princess Diana's family, they're being themselves, and then now the royal family wants to recreate something like this, manufacture something for the public. They're just acting for the public, the royal family. Right, particularly giving the physical features they appear to share with the Spencer side of the family. Right, now that's privacy and her own way. That's what I'm saying. This is why I put the video of Meghan with the Oprah interview. Now that's privacy and her own way and time, not other people making different narrative. Okay, privacy is the right and ability to control your own personal life, space, and information. It means choosing who get to see or it means choosing who gets to see or know things about you and keep unwanted intrusion away. I remember a little bit after the Oprah interview, or even during the lawsuit with Meghan and the papers in the UK, the squad keep on putting the meaning of privacy. For these people, they like to change words. I remember when the word woke came about, I mean, not came about, but they were changing the meaning of it. I had to look it up because English is not my primary language. I was like, what these people are talking about? Won't you be happy to be awakened to see what's going on instead of when you're sleeping and things like that? Again, you could go in some of my videos. And that brings the discussion of Scott Pelley, where he's saying they're changing the meaning of word, they glorify criminals, and they, people who do good things, they criminalize them. That's the video.
But in this moment, this morning, our sacred rule of law is under attack. Journalism is under attack. Universities are under attack. Freedom of speech is under attack. And insidious fear is reaching through our schools, our businesses, our homes, and into our private thoughts. The fear to speak in America. Power can rewrite history with grotesque, false narratives. They can make criminals heroes and heroes criminals. Power can change the definition of the words we use to describe reality. Diversity is now described as illegal. Equity is to be shunned. Inclusion is a dirty word. This is an old playbook, my friend.
All right, let's read some of the comments. Okay, up to this here. That's how privacy and selective access is done, and that's how it's done. All right, she's their mother. All right. Oh my God, I spent 13 minutes on the first tweet only. Let's go to the next one. Probably gonna edit this tonight. I have a place to go. Right, the picture of Meghan and the dog is not from Althorp Estate. It is from her and Prince Harry's Montecito estate. Yeah, the moment that I saw, let me see, this picture, there was a corner, I saw the pool, and I was like, no, that's Montecito. And then why would they travel with the dog? And I think traveling with dogs internationally, there's some rules and regulations that needs to take place, and I don't think they want to deal with that going on vacation for a few days. So I didn't think that picture was in her vacation. Okay, so I went to Google and I asked, what do people have to do when traveling with their pets? When traveling with pets, owners must update identification, gather health documents, and pack essential supplies. Especially with the health document, I learned from Johnny Depp. There were some issues with Johnny Depp and Australia. It's a long story. I don't want to go into it. So from this picture, I was like, no, she's in Montecito. It's not in her vacation. So let's finish that. If the people in the picture are Charles Spencer and his wife, then that indicates they were in California and stayed with Harry and Meghan. The question is, when was the picture taken? Anyway, I'm happy that they have the Spencers and are getting along very well. Okay, is that the Spencers in the background? Yeah, they probably have some good relationship. You see how Meghan's mom come in freely. I think if they have a good relationship with Harry's Princess Diana's family, that's what will happen. And I've said it in the past. If Meghan's father then F up like so freaking badly.
Photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who's with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it.
Okay, the same access Miss Doria had, he probably would have. But now he effed up so bad, you will have to keep an extra eye on him to see if he's taking pictures to give to thank, you know. Let's just say God works in a mysterious way, and it works perfectly for them, and the father keep on showing himself to make sure to keep that distance. Let's read some of the comment. I think Earl Spencer has been to Montecito on a few occasions. I remember a few years back when Spencer posted he was touring colleges in California and he was in Malibu. I figure he paid the Sussexes a visit. With a gorgeous home like that, I'll visit often. That looks very much like Charles' distinctive hair. I expect they stay with the Sussexes after the wedding. They probably all travel back to the UK to Althorp. That makes sense. No leaks from either camp tell you how much they protect their peace from the vile tabloid and scheming royals. Only they and God know, and I love that. Glad you said that, because very soon a deranger will report Lili was a flower girl and Archie conducted the Spencer wedding. There's a laugh here. Maybe then Earl Charles Spencer got married in the US on May 15, 2026. The secret private ceremony took place in Sedona, Arizona. Yes, maybe. So there's all of that. You could pause and read. There's more to go. Next tweet. Next tweet. Okay, so they're talking about that picture. Is this Montecito? And is that Earl Spencer in the background? Okay, so this is the picture. I remember seeing the corner here of the pool, and I was like, that must be in Montecito. And then on top, you could see some awning or whatnot, and I was like, that has to be in Montecito. So they're talking about these pictures in the back. Okay. Yes, with his wife. Girl, you're going to make them deranged people, and UK media mad. Earl Spencer and Montecito, fancy that. There's a laugh here. So there's all of that. Okay, so they're showing different part of the, you know, the backyard, the umbrellas and all of that. All right, so there's that. That's Miss Doria and Lili swimming. So they probably, the picture that we're seeing, probably, you see where that umbrella, the awning here, that's probably where they were laying. Right there, there's the umbrella here. I'm telling you, the squad are good putting the thing together. Why I can tell. I wish we could get some confirmation. Hoping Charles Spencer posts some pics with the Sussexes. We don't, to tell you the truth, I don't think we need confirmation. They show us this, and the squad are guessing and things like that. Yeah, the pictures are public. I remember when I posted the video of the house, and I got some squaddies coming after me. Why showing that? It's public. All right, yes, that's him and his wife, so I'm assuming it's Althorp. Not sure whether that's Meghan's dog or Earl Spencer's. I'm not sure if it's Montecito, Arizona, when they got married, or Portugal. Yes, that's Montecito, Paul and Charles Spencer and Kat in the background. Yes, this picture, Harry and Meghan, maybe Montecito home, and Earl Spencer with his like 10th wife. The squad have to throw that shit with like his 10th wife. They honeymoon there, or as no, okay. They honeymoon there as Nonobo and England supported Spencer's multiple marriages. I think it's the pool at Althorp. There was a heat wave the week Harry was in England. The dog itself, okay, tells me they are in Montecito with, you know, traveling, because when you're going on vacation, I don't think you want to deal with all of that. They love their pets, but I don't think they want to, oops, sorry for that noise. They want to go and do all of this. Because I remember, was it the interview, the engagement interview, where they talk about her dog? She said she left her dog with a family friend. Same thing here.
Please.
Have you met the Queen?
I have, yes.
A couple of times.
Yeah,
What was
it's
that
true,
like?
a couple of times. It's incredible. I think, you know, to be able to meet her through his lens, not just with his honor and respect for her as the monarch, but the love that he has for her as his grandmother. All of those layers have been so important for me, so that when I met her, I had such a deep understanding and, of course, incredible respect for being able to have that time with her. And we've had a really, she's an incredible woman.
And the corgis took to you straight away.
That's true.
For the last 33 years being barked at, this one walks in absolutely
Just
nothing,
laying on
just
my feet during tea.
wagging
It was very
tails,
sweet.
And it's just like, oh.
That has to be a good sign. Speaking of dogs, have you brought yours to the UK?
Well, I have 2 dogs that I've had for quite a long time, both my rescue pups, and one is now staying with very close friends, and my other little guy is, yes, he's in the UK. He's been here for a while.
Okay, let's hope he adjusts well.
I think he's doing just fine.
Next tweet. First it was, quote, there are no photos, so Meghan, Archie and Lili were never in the UK. Now it's, how dare there be photos, the mental gymnastic or something else. Okay, they're also mentally effed up. I can't, there's no word for these people. This type of thinking, childish mindset, and they literally put their thought on social media. It's not normal. Alright, you know what I did all day? Report every single Derangers video on here and on YouTube which said they were not in England. It brought me immense joy. We have to find a way to stop their money going back for more. Love ya. Well, these people, their bodies are controlling how people earn money. On my last video, I went on a long rant at the end of the video talking about how the US is gonna try to stop Haitian from making money. They claim it's gang, but pretty much Haitians. They do not want them to survive with anything. You need money to buy goods and services. They want to make sure you cannot survive. And this is one of the reasons some Haitians are going to the Dominican Republic to make some money. And by now, it's been years, Dominican Republic have been mistreating Haitian. By now, Haitians should know not to go there, even for vacation if you could afford it. They don't want you there. At some point, you see how the world is treating Argentina. Long and behold, there will be a time for Dominican Republic, because mistreatment like this that I see going on, people are not gonna like it, especially what has happened in the Middle East with Palestinian. You know, people are not gonna like it. It's about, just wait, watch and see. All right. Well said, Zendi. You are 100% right. I just have to laugh at their insanity. Derangers and trolls proper crashing out. It's hilarious. I don't even bother watching or listening to their nonsense or even following them. It's not worth it. All right, next tweet. We are going to get another emotional support poll, aren't we? The squad are predicting after Meghan's pictures. You know it. Now that Harry and Meghan are not on town, the chicken are back inside and not interesting in public work anymore. Talk about the power Harry and Meghan have. Haha, I predict a Spencer William connection article coming. Alright, and coming soon in the next 72 hours. Of course we are, yes. We're going to get another Cialis camera roll of a family outing at Althorp. Kensington Palace probably order a new video commercial of family life for fall release. That's the laugh here. The squad already know the routines. Next tweet. Okay, I love the photo Meghan share, but the one thing that stands out most to me is that Harry looks human. He looks like a happy, healthy, well-fed human enjoying life, unlike his pretentious family. There's no air of difference or pretense around him. He's just so effortlessly chill. Was it in one... And there was I do not have that. I'm just going by memory, if my memory served me well, where he was talking about where he could just be himself when he's around Meghan, when they were dating. He didn't have to put his radar on. The other thing as well is that when he did his speech, when he was leaving the UK after during the Centre Bally dinner thing, where he spoke about he wants to live a normal life or something like that. I'll put the part where I'm thinking about.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is we're not walking away. And we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
This is what he was talking about. Okay, he wants to live a peaceful life. That was the part. So this is it, what we're seeing in those pictures. Agree, Prince Harry is free, 100%. Hit the nail on the head. That's what's so beautiful about it. He's living the life his mother wanted to live. All right, that's an ad. Let's go to the next tweet. I'm gonna put one more after this one, and then we'll do another video. Okay, so there's this here. The life that Harry and Meghan are giving their kids is one of the many reasons why William has so much hatred for them. But guess what? If he mind his own business, he live his life with his family instead of trying to whatever he's portraying out there and just going traveling different countries to watch football matches and enjoy his kids and wife and things like that. He could have that. He has a wife, he has kids, he could have that. Is he choosing to do that? I don't know. Alright, so this is the retweet. Prince Harry and Meghan's kids, Prince Archie and Princess Elizabeth, are growing up to be so adventurous, adorable. Harry and Meghan summer holiday posted by Meghan and her Instagram. On her Instagram. So there they are here. So they probably had a friend there to take the picture. And they probably told her to turn around so her face don't come on the picture. There's that here. There's Meghan. Miss Doria probably was taking that picture. Look at Archie. And the squad are looking at Harry. Oops, again, I keep on touching the mic by accident. Sorry about the noise. So the squad were looking at Harry's back, very defined. So he's been doing some exercise. Alright, so there's that picture here. He's really, this is the life that he was saying, a peaceful life.
Just take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
This is what he wanted. And I'm telling you, a woman like Meghan, we have to give her praise to still stick by her man. Because I don't see any other woman who will, stuck by him with all those unnecessary headache that the media, the family were putting on them. Yeah, she does love her husband because there's no other woman who put up with this BS. And this is why he's doing all he can to protect them, because Meghan have shown her love for him. Can you imagine you settle, you have a good, decent job, suit. It was doing very well. And she was doing things on the side, was making money. Everything she was doing on the side before meeting Harry was making money. And then she packed up everything to go over there and furnish the place. The Fragmore, I think it's her who furnished it. And then you didn't even stay. How long did she stay over there after the marriage? And then pack up again and go back? Huh. Well, at least one thing we could say, at least she showed Harry how much she could do to stand by him. And then Harry returned the favor, and there they are, they're enjoying life. I mean, God was testing both of them in many ways. All right, let's read some of the comment. Yes, he can stand that his kids are a public commodity while Harry's are private citizen. Well, that's because of him. It's because of William. Because Harry wanted to stay. Meghan wanted to stay.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
They wanted to do 50-50, but we remember the broken printer?
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
But the thing is that even before Meghan came into the picture, Harry always wanted to put a boundary between his public and private life with the media in the UK.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
But when it comes to him, to Harry, the media is like there's a gray line. Yes, he can stand that his kids are a public commodity while Harry is a private citizen. Well, that's because of him. It's because of William. Because Harry wanted to stay. Meghan wanted to stay. They wanted to do 50-50. But we remember the broken printer? But the thing is that even before Meghan came into the picture, Harry always wanted to put a boundary between his public and private life with the media in the UK. But when it comes to him, to Harry, the media is like there's a gray line. Okay, there's a gray line. They could cross it. The establishment allowed the media to do that. But for the rest of the royal family, there was that distinction. But Harry always insists there's that private and public life. Do not cross it.
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace, if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened.
All right. He never thought Harry will find a beautiful and smart woman. They had that thing where Harry would be drinking and smoking and all of that.
What? Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a policeman, but I wouldn't want to be that now.
I was a popular cop on the block.
Exactly.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer. Thanks a lot. No,
And I think they were literally guiding him toward that. Harry used to be smoking. You don't see it? Meghan probably told him to stop. Can you imagine kissing someone with cigarette breath? I don't think Meghan wanted that. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking for her. I'm just saying. He never thought Harry would have a beautiful and smart woman. How can people not be filled with joy when seeing photos of children running free, laughing, enjoying so many experiences, and feeling love from their parents? Harry and Meghan are doing a fabulous job raising their children, nurturing them, and I've no doubt they enjoy every minute of doing so. There's the life here. You have a rude awakening when you have to pay for pictures of your darling kids. P.S. Even clicking on IG and money. What brings in money? I don't think she monetizes. Okay, I don't know, but I don't think Meghan is. Please. Well, okay. Let's see the thing I just blocked. Even if she was making money of her own picture, so what? But everybody else can make money off of her pictures? Please. Okay, as a child, which you will prefer this or sitting in the hot sun wearing a suit watching tennis for 2 hours plus? Miss Lili just love her handbags. I know the way she was holding it. 100%. What on earth does that word salad mean? I don't know. The Rangers are back showing their stupidity. I don't want to waste time. Okay, so this is my last tweet for this video, and I'm gonna do another video continuing. Okay, next tweet. Okay, the response from the let's pause this. The squaddy put the pictures in a video form. The response from the media haters to the Sussexes Summer Holes pics is surprising to absolutely no one, including Princess Meghan. She then posts for them, and the fact that she is their reason for living is not her concern. She chose peace. Their envy is their problem. That's for sure. Did they say something, or is it music?
You don't find peace. You choose it. By what you ignore, by what you release, by what you stop giving energy to. That's the shift.
Alright, so
you don't
that's
find.
That. Okay, imagine people stalking your personal social media account and then complain about everything you put there. British media is red. They thirsty for weeks when she was quiet and let them run their mouth, then checkmate. Jealousy is killing them. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Let's do a prayer. Okay, I put self-protection because you have to do your own footwork. That goes for Haiti as well. You don't just sit back and let God do everything. Okay, you could still pray, reach to God, reach to the universe, reach to whatever you pray to, the trees, the flowers, the water, the animals, whatever you use. Okay, because they're all connected. Reach to them for the divine spiritual protection. But at the same time, you must do the footwork. You cannot just sit back and let, okay, God protect me, and then you're sitting there and mistreatment is being done to you. You have to put on the work. All right, so this is what I mean by self-protection. This is not to say to ignore God. God will always be there, but your footwork, your physical work needs to be in connection with God, because God will guide you into safety. I pray for God's protection. Lord, I ask you to wrap me in your mighty arms today, like a shield against the storm. Let your angels guard my every step, like sentinels watching over me. Keep my heart steady, my mind calm, and my spirit strong. Okay? So yeah, when you are in a situation, you need to be clear-minded and calm and be able, I mean, it's easy for me to say, but let's just hope all of us, when we are in a dire situation, we remain calm and spiritually connected, and let your senses, your sight be your guidance, because God will tap into those senses to lead you to safety. Okay, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so help support my channel buying some jigsaw puzzles and my t-shirts. I need to make more t-shirts for you guys, and hopefully, you know, they are your liking. And yeah, that's how you could support me. You could be a member, that's another way, but you're not gonna get exclusivity. Occasionally I put videos for members, but don't be a member to get exclusivity. Do it because you want to support me, my channel. That's it. Thanks for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.